Hello everyone. Today I am going to make another second amendment t-shirt design as I was getting some sales on this niche, so I wanted to create some more designs. And before starting the video I wanted to share the design process. So I was searching like second amendment t-shirt designs and I found this design. I am American and this text with these graphics, but I didn't like this very much because this is not a very professional work. So there is a chance for me to make a better design than this one. Then maybe I can get some sales on this topic, and of course this is a good message to represent the second amendment. So here are some elements I am going to use in this design. I just bring them from my different vector packs. I hope you all have this, because if you are following my group then you should have these design vectors. So I don't have actually the idea what I will be doing here, but this is the text I written here. I'm going to use this text and then I am going to use this graphics. So let's start the design process. First step is I want to make a center graphic for my this design here as something like this skull guns. So I'm going to select my wings like this. Then if I move it like that, I will get some space inside these two wings, and that is good. Then I can make a like a center position of my for my graphic. I don't know what will look good, so maybe a ellipse in the middle. To be honest, I don't have any idea right now what will I will end up doing the final design. I don't have any idea about that, but let's start with something like this. So the basic idea for my this design is I want to put this skull in the middle point. Then I want to use my these guns, and then I was thinking like putting the ribbon like this, so it will hide the base part like the lower part of my design, and then I can place a text on that. That's good, I think. So first of all I'm selecting this ellipse. Let's Ctrl C, Ctrl F. Okay, let me do it again. Selecting this one, Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl F to paste in front. That means I have two ellipses right here. So if I may press Shift and Alt, I can make it bigger. I don't know why this option disturbs me, because that is the keyboard shortcut software. So this is going to be the first text line for me. So I'm going to use this I am American. Okay, maybe I can use this text because this is bigger and this area is a little bigger area. So let's use something like geared slab. I am recently using too much this font. That's a problem of me. Whenever I like a font, I keep using that font in my almost every design, and then after some days I found another good font and I keep working with that font. So that's not a problem here. So let's place them in the center point like this. Now the design idea should be inside your head. I get these questions like how to generate design ideas. So the basic of generating design ideas is you need to make a sketch inside your head. When you are working like a professional, you have some experience, then you can do it inside your head. But if you are a beginner, try a pen and paper to sketch a idea. Like this is inside our head, that what how I want this design to look. So I wanted a center graphic, then a ribbon in the lower part to hide this area, then the skull will be inside this graphic area. That's what inside my head. So if you can follow this, that is good, but if you are a beginner, then try making a sketch with pen and paper, because this is also a drawing work, right? We are doing a design things here, not like we are just making something for anyone. So that's why we don't need any kind of practice for that. So in this area, this is a bigger part, so I'm going to use this bigger text, of course, in this same font style. Your approval is not required, so I'm cutting that font. Now if I select this ellipse here that I matched with the ribbon ellipse, let's select our type on path tool, I can simply click on this anchor point, then press Ctrl V to paste whatever you copied. So that is good. I am just making this one in this direction. Then if I have to check that it is aligned to center, and that is good. Now if I like take this part here like this, then I can make it something like this. Okay, so I made a mistake here. I need to go back. This is my ellipse right now. I need to place it in this position, in this lower part of my ribbon, just like this. That is good. Now I have that in my clipboard, that text. Click here, press Ctrl V to paste your text like this. Now again I am going to make it just match with the center position, just like this. Then if I select it, and I can simply rotate in this direction, but that is a bit bigger than my ribbon, so let's make it smaller just to fit inside the ribbon area. This is the best way of placing text in my opinion, because I have tried so many other styles. But okay, this, as you can see, my ribbon is the wide, and the wide of the text is not matching here, so I need to select a bolder and longer looking font that will fill this area. So let's use Death Machine. So the Death Machine is not actually that much bigger, so maybe we can use something like Explorer Serif. Okay, that's also not working for this area. Okay, Death Machine is looking good. Let's use this font. I'm going to keep it as it is right for right now. Okay, I'm selecting this one and this ribbon together. I'm making them a group. Then I need to select all of this. Then I can simply align them centerwise. I need to make sure that this everything is here in the center position, just like that. So I am going to use this I am American text in the top. So I have the right to bare arms. This bare arms should be something like this area. So I'm going to select, press I for the eyedropper, then I can click on this text. It is going to follow that font in that size, so that is good for me. Now for this area, I'm going to, your approval is not required. So this required font I can use maybe. Okay, that's a good idea. I'm going to use here a stencil land font. This is a bigger font and of course in bold. So if I select this text, press I, and then, sorry for that, I need to make them group. So let's ungroup them. Now I can select my text and then press I and click here. It is going to pick this font and that size, but that's too much bigger for my ribbon area here. So let's make it little smaller like this, but that is not basically working here because it is this font is too much, like this text is too much for this area. So let's right click on the text, resend font, and then go back to Death Machine. Okay, that is not working, so let's go back just like this until that font is back. Okay, that is good. Now for this area here, I am going to use this required text in capital. That will give me this rounded, like those ellipse holes. That is good for this design here. So I am an American. I'm going to press I and click on this area here. Now I'm going to use this text here. Okay, so as you can see that this text is also being a bit bigger. So let's break this one, then use the American like this. Then I can select this text and then I can click on that geared slab font. So now I have a rough sketch of my design like this. If I select everything like this, it is going to stay in the center position. That's good for me. Now for this center position here, I want to use this skull here. So let's take our skull and these guns here. So this gun is actually, I rotate it like this. It was like this. So let's keep it like this rotation. Then I'm going to something like that maybe. Then right click, transform and reflect, preview. Okay, oh sorry for that. Right click, transform, reflect, then check the preview. Of course, click on copy. That will give us a copy, but this one I'm going to use like this. So I'm selecting this two I need to make sure that their alignment is in the bottom, just like this. Then make them a group. Now I can cut paste in front to use my skull. Now I am selecting them. I need to apply them like in the center point. So I can make it a bit bigger like this, but that is too much bigger. The cons should not be like smaller than a skull, because that's a big area. So for this graphic here, let's use this first. I need to do some adjustment here. Like as you can see, this is not looking very good. So I'm selecting my one vector like this, one gun, then copy this one, Control C, select the other one, go inside the transparency, press Ctrl F. It is going to paste that shape inside here, but go to Pathfinder, merge, unite. It is going to make a complete black shape here, and that is how the lower part is not visible. So let's click here, then turn off the isolation mode. That is good. I am selecting these two. I need to place them something around this area. Of course, everything should be in the center position, just like this. So that is good for this thing. I think this is good. Now I need to place my skull something like this area. I need to keep this bare arms there. That's good. Let's select our this text, Ctrl C, Ctrl F to paste in front. If I make it smaller, bring that inside this area. I can select this text, cut, double click to select those text, press Ctrl V. I can simply paste that text inside this area, and that is good for me. I can change the base position little, then I can increase the space between the text, the letters. That's good for me, looking good. So let's it is maybe looking like something confusing, so let's do something creative here. Now first step is I am selecting my skull. Okay, let's select all of them again, then place them in the center position. That is good. Selecting this skull. Now Ctrl C to copy. I'm selecting this guns group, open the transparency, press Ctrl F to paste in front. Now it is looking like this. Go to Pathfinder, object, merge, unite. That is going to hide everything, but as you can see, that is not complete black, and that's why we can see the guns inside the skull, through the skull. So select it, make it complete black, and that will be invisible. That's good. Click here, and then I need to select my magic wand tool to click on any of this black. Then as you can see, this is looking like a question mark. That means there are not one color, different colors. So if I select it and make it complete black, it is going to become complete black. And when this is complete black, if we make a offset path or paste inside the transparency, it will remain always black. So that is good. Now for this area here, I want to make it like, okay, this text should be visible. So let's break the font from here. I'm going to go to the offset path. 10 pixel preview may be a bit smaller. 20 pixel is good because there are too many elements here, so the text should be clearly visible. So that's why I make it 20 pixel. Copy, then cut. Okay, now I need to first of all select my this wings vector, open the transparency, press Ctrl F. That is going to look like this, but there are some other areas. So if I select my skull like this, Ctrl C, copy, then I pasted that inside the gun, but not inside the wings. So I need to select the wings. Okay, my skull is not actually overlapping the wings, you can see from this area, so that is not important. Now for the wings and the guns, I want to keep my wings on top because guns will be on top of on this area. So let's select our gun, copy them, then select the wings. Inside the wings transparency, I'm going to press Ctrl F. That is going to look like this. Let's go to Pathfinder, merge, unite. So as you can see, my guns are now visible, but I want to make them visible from this part only. This part should be on top of the wings, but this part should be behind the wings. Okay, so I am selecting them like this. Okay, I can select it like this at once. Then if I take my press shift E for eraser tool, I can erase the part that I don't want. So I don't want these parts, just like that. Then if I erase this part also, that is good. Now I erase the text part also. Okay, then let's worry about that later. So I'm clicking here. Now I need to select my wings vector. Let's copy that. Now if I select the guns group like this, inside their transparency I can press Ctrl F. That will paste it like this, but I need to first of all merge it and unite to make it look something like this. But I want to just keep it on top of the guns in this area, not here. So I'm taking my eraser tool, shift E, now pressing Alt, and if I drag a rectangle like this, these areas will be erased. Okay, so this is how it is looking right now. Let's press Ctrl Z. As you can see, I need to select the wings only. Then when it is selected, I can press shift E and then erase it. It will erase only the wings part. This is actually visible from here. So let's zoom in like this. You can do it like perfectly, but those are just small little details, so that's not a problem here. So as you can see, my guns are on top of wings in this area, but in behind the wings in this area. So that's good, I think. No problem. Now for the rest design, I'm going to, let's first of all break this font. Then I can make it bigger like this, because this is a important text for this design, just like this. That is good. Now let's break our American text. I'm going to press R for the ruler. Now if I bring a ruler like this, I can place it with my text. I'm not matching this area because I just want to keep everything inside that area, like the wide of the wings. That's what the wide of the ribbon, that's what I want to follow here. So if I select my American text, I can make it bigger like this. Okay, maybe just make this one a bit bigger, the first text, and this one a bit bigger. I like this style. I use this in many of my designs, so I'm selecting all of them. Okay, first of all is I need to make a little space between them, then I can select them. And if I click here, sorry, in this option here, horizontal distribute space, it is going to distribute the space between them, and that is good. Now I can press shift and align it with my ruler like this. It is going to look something like this. I am just overlapping it with my ribbons a little bit. That is good. Now for this American text, of course, the same style I'm going to follow here. Then for this text, maybe a bit bigger, because this American is the focus text of my this design. Increase the space like this. Okay, maybe a bit more. That's good. Select them all. Click on this horizontal distribute space option. If you cannot find this option here, you need to go to window, and then you need to like click on this align tool. It will give you that option. You are not going to find this option from here, so you need to find this align tool. So that is good. Use it and you can do these changes. Now I'm going to place it something like this, just to fill that area, maybe just a bit down. That is good. So let's break this text also, just like this. So as you can see, I have a close kind of graphic like this. Let me check it. I am American. I have the right to bear arms. Your approval is not required. So that's good. Now for this area, I have this eagle head here. I am going to use it something like in this area, maybe just to, okay, that is just too much graphic for me. Let's focus on the text here. Now this area is not looking very good, so let's fix it. I'm selecting this text, break it. Okay, I need to make sure that it is in the perfect center of the ribbon, just like this. So that is good. Now selecting the, go to object path, offset path, 20 pixel, a bit bigger. for the ribbon area, so making it like 15 pixel. Cut. Now selecting the ribbon, open the transparency like this, press Ctrl F. It is going to hide the details. That is good. This is not looking very good right now because there are lots of works to do here. We will do that. I am selecting this ribbon only, not the text. Go to object, path, then offset path. Of course 15 pixel will work. Cut it, Ctrl X. Now I am selecting the ribbon group here. Inside the transparency, press Ctrl F. It is going to look like that. Go to pathfinder, merge unite to make it a complete black shape. Now copy this black shape that we just created. Come here, then select the gun group. Inside the transparency, press Ctrl F. It is going to hide that area. That is good. Now I need to select this ellipse here. Open transparency, press Ctrl F. It is going to keep this on top. So I am selecting the text here. Open transparency, Ctrl F. As you can see, my ribbon is now on top of everything. So that is good, and it is giving it a feel like everything is inside that ribbon area. So that is good for me, I think. Now this is not, there is some more works to do in this area, and for that I'm going to make it like, okay, let's select this ellipse here. Go to object, path, and then offset path. 15 pixel is good. Let's make it 10 pixel. Cut. Now selecting this wings group. Inside the transparency, press Ctrl F. Now as this is in stroke mode, as you can see here, if I press Shift X, it is going to turn this into fill mode, as you can see, and that is hiding the wings part that was visible inside this group here, inside the circle here. That is good. Now for this area here, I need to select this guns vector. Go to object, path, offset path. 10 pixel is good. Okay, now cut. Now I am selecting this ribbon, this ellipse. Then inside the ellipse transparency, press Ctrl F. It is going to paste it like that. Let's just, to be sure, make it merge unite to make it a complete one single shape. Now select this single shape, make a copy of that. That is good. Now if you want to hide these areas from the gun, you can do that, but I am keeping that as it is for now. And now for this eagle vector, I can simply use it something like this area, but in a bit smaller size. Okay, that is basically not necessary. I am not going to use that. So let's keep it as it is. We can use a US flag in the background, so let's bring that. Okay guys, so this is the flag I am going to use here. This is looking good just as it is. I am going to make it little bigger so that it fits inside the ellipse area, just like this, maybe a little more bigger. That's good. Okay, sorry for that. Now I am selecting this one, Ctrl X, selecting this ellipse here. Okay, then press Ctrl B for pasting back. That is good. I am selecting this ellipse again, make Ctrl C to make a copy, then select the flag, sorry, not that text, this ellipse and the flag. Right click, make a clipping mask. It is going to look like that. Now I am going to press Ctrl F because I need this ellipse. Now I need to select the flag and the ellipse together, just like that. Okay, maybe select the flag like this, cut, press Ctrl B to paste it back. So that is good. Now if we select the wings here, inside the transparency, we will find the offset path for the, okay, let's do it again. So I'm selecting my guns group here because that is inside the flag area, path, offset path. That's good. Let's cut it, select the clipping mask of the flag, open transparency, press Ctrl F. It is going to look like that. Merge unite to make it a complete shape. That is good. Now I am selecting the skull here. Go to object, path, offset path, 10 pixel. Okay, cut, select the flag again. Inside the transparency, press Ctrl F. It is going to look like that. Merge, unite to make it visible. So this is how it is looking right now. That is good, I think. Now I need to select my this text. Right click and break the font, cut, paste in front to keep that in the front. I'm going to go to path, offset path, then 10 pixel, not 10 pixel, make it 20 pixel because this should be clearly visible. So let's cut, selecting the flag clipping mask again. Inside the transparency, press Ctrl F. It is going to make my text visible like that. So that is good. Now to be honest, this area is not looking very good for me. Oh sorry, I am inside the transparency, so click here. Now I am going to remove that text. If I select this wings vector inside the transparency, I will find the text offset path. I am erasing that because that is not looking good for me here. I can select it. Okay, so this is just something, if you want to do it, you can do just like that. Then I am going to create another ellipse here, just like this. Then if I create another ellipse like this, it is going to look like that. Press shift X to convert into strokes. Now I need the text. I have the right to, I am replacing that text here. Then cut it, type on path tool, click on this ellipse, press Ctrl V. It is going to look like that. So that is good. Now I need to, okay, it is hard to select the anchor point, just like this. Then I'm going to make it center. It is already centered, but I need to make it smaller, just like this. Okay, so if I want to make it completely visible, I can do something else here. And for that I need to go back just a little bit, just to the ellipse. Okay, so this is the ellipse here. I need to make sure that it is matching with my the original ellipse here, just like this maybe. Yeah, that is good. Now make it a little bigger in size. I'm selecting this one, make it a bit, bring that a bit closer to the original. Then Ctrl C Ctrl F to paste in front, make another one. Ctrl C Ctrl F to paste in front, make another one, just like this. I have 3 ellipses now. I'm selecting the text, cut it. Now I need to select my this inner ellipse, the middle one. Then if I take my type on path tool, I can simply click here, then press Ctrl V. It is going to look something like this, but if I make it center like that, it is easily, I can make it in the perfectly center way, center position. So I want to make it look like just like this, just something like overlapping the wings a little, just like this. That is good. Now I need to select my this ellipse and I need to make it a bit bigger, so that, okay, maybe select the text and bring that down. I want to keep this area and the upper area like similar, so let's make it a little smaller. Okay, that is looking good, I think, no problem at all. So that is good. Now I am breaking my text here. Okay, so for this ellipse here, if I select this one and select this one, I need to make sure that they are both in same size, like the 20 point. That is good. And now I am going to make it like, if I take my pen tool, something like this, I can simply click on this anchor point. Okay, sorry for that. I need to first of all select these 2 ellipses, then make them a group, then right click to isolate selected group. It will give me a view like this. Now I want to take my pen tool. If I click on this area, then if I press like click here to join the anchor point, that is good. Okay, make sure that you are clipping on the, like clicking on the stroke. You can see the blue lines. That is what I want to create here, or maybe just that is too much maybe. So I'm going to draw a, okay, that is looking like that. So let's draw something like this, a line like that, then a same line in the, sorry for that, select it and bring this in this side just like this, then select these two, align them center wise. That is good. Now I want to select my this one, this ellipse and this ellipse. So all of them are now selected. Now I can simply press shift M for shape builder. I can remove the unwanted parts that I don't want, like this, of course this one and this one. Okay, now for this area I am pressing A for direct selection tool. If I select it, these 2 point, let me show you, then right click, join, it will join like that. You can see the empty space. If I select this two, right click, join, it is going to look like that. So that is good for me. Now for this area, select join, for this area select join. So that is good. Now as you can see, I have these shapes here. So let's select this shape here, go to object, path, and then offset path, 20 pixel. Okay, let's keep it. Okay, make it 10 pixel. That's good. Okay, not 10 pixel, the stroke size is 20 pixel already, so I need to make it a little bigger. So 25 pixel. That's good. Press OK, cut. Now I am selecting my wings here, then inside the transparency press Ctrl F. As you can see, this is in stroke, so again press shift X for making it a fill. You can see how it is filling. Now if I select this shape, copy, then come here. Okay, anything is, if anything is visible inside the area, that means the rifle is visible. So I'm selecting that, inside the transparency press Ctrl F again, and that is how it is looking like. Everything is on top of that area. So that is good. Now I can do the same for my this bear arms text, but that's not very important. And of course at this point I feel like this flag is not necessary. So that is good. Now this is how it is looking right now. I can simply fill my this area with something like, okay, let's isolate this group. I'm going to take my direct selection tool to select it like this. I can simply, okay, sorry for that, not like that, this is just a bad idea. So I'm selecting this point like this. I can simply bring that down just like this to keep it like matching with my the graphic area. Just make sure that you are keeping this proportion on. So that is good. I'm selecting this area. Okay, I want to keep that, I want to select the circle of course, then bring that down like this, just like this. That is good. Now I am selecting this area, not this part, just, sorry for that, zoom in just this part, of course bring that down just to fill this area. It is not looking very good right now, but don't worry, it will look good. So I am selecting my this gun group, and then if I come inside the transparency I will get this shape. Let's copy that. Now I am going to select my this American text, open the transparency, press Ctrl F. It is going to paste it like this. As you can see, a little curved effect here, that is good. Now I am selecting my this, okay, click here, select the gun group, path, then offset path. It is, I am spending a lots of time with this graphic because this is for my store, my design, so of course this should be a perfect design. That's it. Now I am pressing merge unite to make it a complete one color to hide those area. That is good. Now as you can see, this area is not looking very good, I think. Okay, that is not a problem. Basically we can keep it like that. Let's try something else. Take the pen tool. If I click here on this ruler, I can simply come to this point. Then if I'm just trying to make it something look like this too. follow the area. Okay, if that is looking good, if I am selecting this American text, press shift E for the eraser and then erase this part. Okay, so I don't know how it is looking, but I want to make some changes here. So I don't like this A. Thank you. Now I am copying this one, then place it like in the same distance, something like this. Then I'm going to make it bigger, just like this. Then this is the M text, so I am going to double click to erase that part. Then I'm going to take a rectangle here, just like this area, maybe just like this. That is good. Okay, first step is I need to make these two like in the same. I want to join them. Okay, so just like this. Then if I select that one, I can make a copy here, just like that. That is good. Now I am selecting, pressing A for direct selection and selecting these two. If I bring them down just like this, it is going to give me that American text, the A text. Now there is this stripe option, so I'm going to make some space in between these letters like this. So that is good for me, I think. Now as you can see, this is representing my A and this is representing the N, so that's good. This area should not be visible, so I am selecting my text here inside the transparency. Okay, that's just too much. Select the text, press shift E for eraser tool. I don't need this part. Thank you. Okay guys, so this is the text here. It is looking like a rounded, like a square, perfect square shape. That is what I wanted to create here. So for this area here, we can simply click, make a stroke like this, make it a stroke a little bit bigger, go to a stroke, select this point option. It is going to make it look like this, maybe a bit bigger in size. That's good. Go to object, expand appearance. I'm going to just place it with my ruler like this. That is good. Now I'm going to place it, keep a copy here, then press shift D, sorry, control D. It is going to make some copies. Select them all just like this, then distribute the space, sorry, this one, vertical distribute the space. That is going to make it okay. That is good. Let's group them. Now for this area here, I want to make a copy here, keep a copy. Now rotate it. I'm going to select these two, then align them center wise, of course, then distribute the space between them. That's also good. Now create a star here. I'm going to fill this area with some stars, not some stars, on big star or maybe a bit. Okay, let's do it like this, a little star, then a copy here, then press Ctrl D. Select these three, make sure they are centered just like this. Then if I keep a copy here, I can simply make them a group. Select these three, make them a group. Now I need to select everything, this group text and this two group. Now if I click here, horizontal distribute space, it is going to distribute the space between them. So that is good. I think I can do something more exciting, just like this. Then I don't need this one. If I select this, I can make it, drag a copy here, and then if I just right click, transform and reflect, it is going to look like that. So let's make them a group, make them a group, select them again, align them center wise, then distribute the space. Again select them, all of them, maybe a bit space between the text. So that is good. Now this is the final position of my graphic, guys. So as you can see, this area is going outside of my text right now, and that is something I don't liking right now. So I'm selecting the rifle group here, then inside the transparency I'm going to take a rectangle here in black. Of course the fill is black. If I make a rectangle like this, it is going to hide those parts. and I'm not erasing that part, because if I put colors, it is I'm going to need that part. So like this. So this is right now my the final design for this one, guys. I hope this will give you some idea how to modify vectors and how to generate ideas. And you can say that if this is the original design, and if it is my design, then if this is selling, then it will also sell. And of course, this is how you can research designs, like find a design and then make a better version. Of course, make sure that you are making a better version, otherwise you are not going to get some sales. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching me, supporting me, watching my videos. Thank you very much. See you in the next video, guys. Have a good time.